There's an Epstein update. Donald Trump hints at pardoning Ghislaine Maxwell. You mean the trafficking lady? She groomed girls and trafficked them? That? Or is this another Ghislaine? It looks like this is the one. Donald Trump keeps door open to pardoning Ghislaine Maxwell. I'm allowed to do it. Well, we'll let him say it.
Would you consider a pardon or a commutation for Ghislaine Maxwell if
it's something I haven't thought about. It's really something
recommended.
It's something I'm allowed to do it, but it's something I have not thought about.
Where are the Cowboys in the golf cart?
You couldn't just say no.
Yeah, right. When we do need a pit maneuver to stop this.
Well.
And then you saw Caroline Leavitt over his shoulder, just, with the Jackie O shades on. Just everything he said, she just went like that. Okay. If he was said your breath stinks, she could go like that. Okay. We'll tell you more. Senator Dick Durbin says a whistleblower claims FBI agents were stopped from searching Trump mentions in the Epstein files. Now, if you have to be stopped from searching, there might be a whole lot of references that you didn't get to yet. How else do you read that? Let's listen to Durbin.
We were contacted by a highly credible whistleblower describing Attorney General's pressure on FBI to quickly review and produce more Epstein documents as promised. For 2 weeks in late March, the FBI assigned approximately 1,000 personnel in its Information Management Division and hundreds of additional agents from the New York field office to work 24-hour shifts to review and produce more Epstein documents. These officials were told to, quote, flag any records in which President Trump was mentioned. Essentially, agents were pulled out of their field from their work combating narcotics and violent crime to review this mountain of documents. Other important FBI work was effectively shut down, according to the whistleblower.
As a side note, I don't know why they couldn't just do Control F. That's what I do, is a little cheat sheet and then put in Trump and see how many times, then you just read those. Am I wrong? Am I oversimplifying it? Perhaps. There's more Justice Department officials. And by the way, if you are that whistleblower, I hope your name doesn't get released anytime soon. You might want to get you an Airbnb somewhere because they done already unplugged your Ring camera at home. Okay. I don't know that you're safe. That's from me to you. Justice Department officials interviewed Ghislaine Maxwell, the former girlfriend of Jeffrey Epstein, yesterday. You should put interview in quotes. Speaking to the news media outside the federal courthouse afterward, a lawyer for Maxwell, David Oscar Marcus, happens to be a friend of the Deputy Attorney General, but anyway, declined to comment on the substance of the meeting, but he said that the Deputy Attorney General, Todd Blanche, who had brokered the meeting, took a, quote, full day and asked a lot of questions. Ms. Maxwell answered every single question. She never stopped. She never invoked a privilege. Mr. Marcus added, she never declined to answer. She answered all the questions truthfully, honestly, and to the best of her ability. Well, we don't know that, and we're not going to take your word for it. But anyway, Mr. Blanche, posting on social media hours later, said he would meet again with Ms. Maxwell on Friday. Department of Justice will share additional information about what we learned at the appropriate time, he wrote. You notice how it's something, official within 36 hours. Within 2 weeks, he likes to say 2 weeks a lot, but then it never happens. On Wednesday, a House Oversight Subcommittee voted to subpoena the department for all of the remaining documents that have not been released, a rebuke of the decision this month by Attorney General Pam Bondi and FBI Director Kash Patel to reverse course and not release documents and video, citing concerns for victims and witnesses, who, by the way, say they haven't been contacted. Then there's Congressman Robert Garcia, who believes Ghislaine Maxwell met with Trump's DOJ seeking a pardon. Convenient. If you harmed and abused children, minors, young women, then you need to be held accountable for your crimes. And the Oversight Committee is ready to do just that, he said. She probably wants a pardon from Donald Trump, and so her meeting with Trump's Department of Justice cannot be trusted. Anything she says must be corroborated with documents and records from the actual Epstein files, said Garcia. Maxwell is expected to testify next month in front of House oversight officials, including Garcia, who is the top Democrat on the committee. That'll be appointment television. Earlier this month, the DOJ said it would not release more files related to the Epstein investigation and that a client list does not exist, even though Attorney General Pam Bondi previously claimed otherwise. Eyewitness News asked Garcia if his constituents in Southern California care about releasing the Epstein files. And here's what he said. Yes, I have actually been surprised at how interested they are. I've been talking to people when I've been back home, and yes, people are concerned about health care, other issues, but everybody's asking me about this, why this happened. I talked to more conservative folks who are supporters of Donald Trump, and they just don't understand why he's doing this, and they think it's a huge betrayal. I have a thought. House Speaker Mike Johnson said he does not plan to allow votes on any measures related to the Jeffrey Epstein case before September. Here's Mike Johnson on transparency, I guess.
Here's what I would say about the Epstein files. My belief is we need the administration to have the space to do what it is doing. And if further congressional action is necessary or appropriate, then we'll look at that. But I don't think we're at that point right now because we agree with the president. There is no daylight between the House Republicans, the House, and the president on maximum transparency. He has said that he wants all the credible files related to Epstein to be released. He's asked the Attorney General to request the grand jury files of the court. All of that is in process right now.
Not even sweating. A man who frequently, he probably carries the Bible with him, quotes it. He loves church and the Bible, lies, and he doesn't even sweat. What you heard there is a lie. It's just not true.
It's a lie for Jesus.
It's a lie for Jesus. Who said that? Okay. Yeah, I agree.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. White House has now responded to the recent South Park season 27 premiere, which portrayed the president begging for sex from Satan. Featured a deep fake video where Trump goes fully nude. The left's hypocrisy truly has to end. For years, they have come after South Park for what they labeled as offense content. But suddenly, they are praising the show. White House spokesperson Taylor Rogers said in a statement to Variety, just like the creators of South Park, the left has no authentic or original content, which is why their popularity continues to hit record lows. What is she smoking? The show hasn't been relevant for over 20 years. It's hanging on by a thread with uninspired ideas and a desperate attempt for attention. The statement continued, President Trump has delivered on more promises in just 6 months than any other president in our country's history. And no fourth-rate show can derail President Trump's hot streak. Oh, it's a hot one, all right. So as the political football continues with a man who, it does seem obvious, they haven't released the files, so we have to always qualify it, to be mentioned in the Epstein files, along with a lot of other people. We remember that there are, who knows how many women trafficked all over the world. Member of the royal family. I mean, he paid money, so. Did the Queen lend him the money, Prince Andrew? Because I don't picture him as that wealthy. But I hope he has nothing left if he's done some untoward things in this regard. Jackson, what say you? It's not going away. Mike Johnson sounds like, he's a very shady guy. But it's not going away, and I don't know that it's going to go away the way this administration is handling it. Had he just come out and said, yeah, I knew the guy like a lot of people, just like Diddy. I didn't know all that. I didn't know, did he do it? How would I know? But that's not what happened. He started talking about other people, and now he's blaming Barack Obama, last seen on a podcast, talking about catch-up. What say you?
Well, I mean, there really doesn't seem to be any effective way that Donald Trump can turn this around. And any type of, relinquishment that Ghislaine Maxwell receives for her punishment, whether it's a pardon or a commute of any kind. I mean, what does that say? like you're not doing that for no reason. So like her testimony already, whatever she has to say would not be trustworthy, let alone just who she is in general. There's no reason why she should have her sentence lightened in any form or fashion. All the years and years of picture evidence that's coming out on a daily basis of Trump and Jeffrey Epstein. Like, why is this dude at your wedding? Like, oh, he's just some guy. Like, oh yeah, some dude at your wedding around your children. I mean, like, it's like who are you fooling? Nobody's fooled by this. So much so that even MAGA is having issues with it. Now, obviously, there's gonna remain, that 20-25% of his base that never goes anywhere. But it's starting to get really, really increasingly uncool to be an open Trump supporter. I mean, like they feel betrayed by this, but that doesn't even go in to all the just typical Republican corporate moves that he's making in his administration. That's a massive betrayal to all the promises that he made. Just making it. So it's great, and he shouldn't be able to reverse this. I mean, at the end of the day, we're talking about child trafficking. It doesn't really get much lower than that,
Thank you.
So what are you really gonna say?
Yeah. And I think child trafficking is something that people on all sides can agree is reprehensible. Left, right, MAGA, QAnon. Okay? All can agree. We want the filth. Take out the trash, will you? Something else, though, that I've considered as very few Republicans are jumping off the Trump wagon, separating themselves just a little bit as they call for things and transparency. And maybe this is my own, mind working overtime, but I suspect that there are those on Capitol Hill who know exactly what's in those files, or enough what's in those files, that they're kind of just teasing. Could this be our final little off ramp to Donald Trump? Not fully committing yet, but if this thing gets rolling downhill like an avalanche, this could be our off ramp. Maybe then we'll join with Democrats. I don't know. Something to watch, folks. Something to watch.